All right, let's dive into something pretty wild. We're talking about a place where old school law smashes right into brand new technology. It's a story about a new kind of financial alchemy, and honestly, it all kicks off with a question that sounds kind of impossible.
So get this. Could a tiny piece of gold, something worth maybe 10 bucks, legally support a financial asset valued at 100 grand? I know, it sounds crazy, right? It goes against everything we think we know about value. But what if I told you there's a very real legal and tech pathway to make it happen?
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's insane. On the left, you've got a physical Utah goldback. It's got a little bit of gold in it, worth about $10 on the open market. And on the right, a digital token with a legally declared value of $100,000 that's backed by that same little goldback. So how on earth do you bridge that gap?
Well, the answer, believe it or not, doesn't start with some Wall Street genius or a Silicon Valley coder. It starts with a civil law notary, and their role in this whole process is way bigger than you could ever imagine.
Now, I know what you're thinking. A notary? The person who just stamps documents? Nope, you need to get that idea out of your head. In this world, the civil law notary is the alchemist. They are the active ingredient. They take your private, sworn statement about value, and with their seal, they give it serious legal power. They literally transform a piece of paper into a negotiable instrument.
And this right here, this is basically the magic spell. This is the exact language from a real sworn affidavit. It's a formal declaration made under penalty of perjury that you intend to turn this one specific goldback into a high-value financial tool. And when the notary puts their stamp on that, it becomes a rock-solid legal document.
Okay, so this isn't just some clever trick or wishful thinking. This entire process is built on a really solid foundation of very specific and very real commercial laws.
You've got these four pillars holding the whole thing up. The Utah Legal Tender Act recognizes the goldback as a form of money. Florida law makes it easy to work with digital assets. UCC Article 9, well, that's the rulebook for using things as collateral. And then you have the master key to the whole operation, UCC Article 12.
UCC Article 12 is the real game changer here. It's a new piece of commercial law built for our digital world. It creates this thing called a controllable electronic record. What that means in simple terms is that it lets a unique digital file, our token, have the same legal weight as the physical title to your car or the deed to your house. You can own it, control it, and transfer it, and the law fully recognizes it. All right, so we've got the legal theory down. The laws are in place. How do you actually make the digital asset itself? This is where the legal world and the tech world finally come together.
It's a pretty clear pipeline. First, that all-important affidavit declaring the $100,000 value gets notarized. Second, you create a unique digital fingerprint, a hash, of that document. Third, you permanently lock that hash into a blockchain smart contract. And finally, you use that contract to mint your token, which is now a legally recognized controllable electronic record.
And boom, there you have it. The thing you've just created isn't just a random bit of crypto. It's a full-blown legal instrument with a very specific declared value that's anchored to a physical document and recognized by modern law.
Okay, so you've done it. You've performed this incredible financial alchemy. You turned 10 bucks of gold into a $100,000 digital asset. Now for the really important question. What can you actually do with it?
Let's use a super common real-world example. You need to buy a car. But instead of going to a bank, filling out tons of paperwork, and hoping for a loan, you're going to use your new digital asset.
To do this, we're going to tap into the world of decentralized finance, or DeFi. You can just think of DeFi as a global financial system that runs on code, is open to everyone, and doesn't require asking a bank for permission. And a platform like Aave is one of the biggest players in this space. The process itself is amazingly simple. You deposit your $100,000 token into a lending pool on Aave. Instantly, the code recognizes its value, and you can borrow cash against it, let's say $50,000. You take that cash, you go buy your car, and then you just pay back the loan over time to get your token back. Done. And this just shows you what a massive shift this is. A bank loan depends on your credit score and your income, and it can take forever. This token leveraged loan, it's based only on the asset you bring to the table. It's instant, it's global, and you don't need anyone's permission. You are in complete control of your own asset. And this isn't just about cars, not by a long shot. You can use this exact same method to get the cash for a down payment on a house, or to wipe out some high-interest credit card debt, or even fund a new business. You're unlocking the value of your asset without ever having to sell it.
So let's just take a step back and look at the big picture. What have we actually stumbled upon here? It really does feel like we're standing right on the edge of a completely new financial frontier.
So what does this all mean for you? Let's break it down. First, it means you should probably go hug your notary, because they're not just a witness anymore, they're a gateway to creating real value. Second, old laws that have been around for ages are getting a massive power-up from blockchain. Third, this proves that your physical assets can be turned into liquid, useful digital tools. And finally, we're seeing brand new ways to finance our lives that are completely outside the control of the old banking system.
And all of this leaves us with one last, really big question. Are we looking at the actual future of personal finance? A way for everyday people to take back control of their own wealth? Or is this just a super complex legal theory that's pushing the boundaries of the law way too far? The truth is, the answer is still being written, and we're watching it happen in real time.